Hey everybody, welcome to LettermenRow.com. Welcome to Ohio Stadium. Welcome to Columbus, Ohio. Kyion Grayes making his first visit to the great state of Ohio, as we call it here in Ohio. Even though I actually live in Michigan. Don't tell me. Kyion, it's here, right? The
Yes,
visit
sir.
you've been waiting for is underway. It's happening all around us. You've
Yes, sir.
announced your college decision on the internet.
Yes, sir.
Why Ohio State?
Really just the environment, the people, the coaches. Coach Hart has always kept it real with me since day one. The players are all just great people to be around. The environment is just great, and I can't ask for anything else in the college.
So you flew out here from Phoenix on Friday. You know that just by being here right now, you have been on campus almost as long as Denzel Burke, who is actually enrolled here at Ohio State. What was it like for you to get to be around the guys? I know Friday night you had an opportunity to spend some social time with some of the players. What did you feel like really meshed well? Why did you feel like the group here, the guys in this program, were the right fit for you?
They were all just good people. They were fun to be around. We was just playing Madden, just chilling, just having conversations. Lathan was telling me all about the season and everything, and it just felt great. It felt like the perfect match for me, and I just felt welcomed, and I wasn't even a part of the team yet.
So you have, known this was coming for a while. It's kind of the worst kept recruiting secret in the class of 2022 at this point. But I think it's just fascinating to see the development here. You went from being almost unknown back in August, September, to having an Ohio State offer in October. And when we talked right when that offer happened, you kind of were like, okay, I know what I'm doing. And that was 6 months ago without any real knowledge of this place. Has there been anything about being in Columbus that has surprised you, or that you maybe were like, hey, that's better than I thought, or different than I thought?
Really just the city. I mean, I used to live in Canada. I lived in Canada at one point in my life, and it just reminds me of that place of Canada where I used to live. So, I mean, it's a new environment, but it's familiar. And so I just love the feeling.
Is there, a piece of this puzzle? Obviously, you can't go inside this building, for example.
Great building.
Nobody, you can't meet with the coaches when you're here. Is there still a part of this where you're like, man, I need to get back as soon as possible? Or is it, how do you think that you figure out everything that you're getting out of this? I mean, how do you know that Ohio State, when you walk into a building, or, when you talk about academics or whatever, how do you, figure that out moving forward?
Really just, I know I'm going to be back here a lot. Like, throughout the summer, all that, I'll be back here a lot. So whenever they do open up everything, I'll be able to come out here, talk with Coach Hart, Coach Day, Coach Key, all them people, and just get to know them a lot more, even though our relationship is very strong. I mean, I feel like in person, whenever they do open everything up, I feel like it'll be even stronger when I can see them.
What have you been able to do around the city? Where have you gone? What food have you eaten? Have you gone to like Thurman's? That's kind of the big burger place around here. You got to get the Thurminator if you haven't. Do that before you leave. What is it about Columbus that you were like, man, this feels like home?
Really, I've been to the Oval, where else? The Griff, High Street was one. High Street was a great, just looking around, just driving down. We drove all the way through the city, everything. It's just great. Where else? Obviously a shoe everywhere. This place is just great, and it's just, I can't even explain it. Words can't explain it.
Talk about the relationship that you have with the kids in your class, because I thought it was pretty hilarious. I don't know that it really got picked up by a lot of people over the weekend, or if it got noticed, but Deshaun and CJ and those guys, I think they changed their Twitter profile pics to a picture of you as a baby. And like, what is that about? Like these guys, is there any sense of you going like, man, come on, you guys are spoiling my time? Or like, what is it about this class that makes everyone so tight?
Really just the family aspect. I mean, talking to them, we feel like teammates, and we're not even on the field together yet. So, I mean, it's just the family aspect, and they're just welcoming. They're just very welcoming people and great people to talk to, and it's not like they're mean people. It's like they're just all great.
So we need to be looking, if you're looking for clues to who the next Ohio State commitment will be eventually, start looking for baby pictures in the profile pictures of Kyion Grayes and the guys like that down the line. You are the second wide receiver committed in this class. Ohio State has obviously done pretty well recruiting that position in the last handful of years. How excited are you to get an opportunity to line up with someone like Caleb Burton, guys like G. Scott, Emeka Egbuka, who you got to meet for the first time, I think, last night?
Yes, sir.
Like, how do you feel like that group is going to make you the best player and person you can be?
Well, with those, we have all the best receivers in the nation. Coming with Drew Flemings, Jackson Smith, all them people, and it's really just, it makes me elevate my game even more than where I'm at now. So you have to get better to compete with those people, regardless of what it is, no matter what the situation is.
A lot of people would look at that receiver room and say, well, why would you willingly put yourself behind 5 other guys, 6 other guys, 7 other guys? What do you say to that? Because you know what's going to happen. See, over the next 8 months, as other schools try to recruit you, they're going to point to those guys.
Yeah.
And they're going to say, listen, Kyion, do the math.
Those people, yeah.
So what is it about you that makes you want that sort of competition, the iron sharpens iron thing? What is it about you that says, hey, I actually want that challenge?
Really just, whenever you do get your chance to hit the field, you feel like you've earned your spot. It's not like it was handed to you, oh, you're playing it. You went up against the best and you earned your spot. And so whenever I do get the chance to get on the field, it'll just feel even better than if I were to go somewhere else and just be like, oh, well, you competed against a few guys, but you did what you had to. But yeah, that's a competitor.
I'm interested in that because obviously, and I wrote a story about it last week on Lettermen Row about how you and Johnny Dixon have sort of become, close through working out and stuff in Arizona. Johnny was here for 5 very hard years. Did he talk about that sort of path at all and how, this place can put you to a test?
Oh yeah, he talked to me about it. He told me it was hard. He told me that it was about like that Coach Key and all them, they helped him get through it. And so they gave him the chance and he made it happen.
Were you worried at all coming out here with mom and dad that they would not be happy with you being here? I talking to them a little bit before we went on the interview here, they certainly seemed thrilled with the decision. Were you worried at all? Was there any sense of nervousness in your mind, like, oh, maybe they're not going to like it? Oh,
no, sir. I mean, really, they want what I want. And so with that being said, if they think I'm happy here, then that's what it is. And so if I'm happy here, they're happy.
What changes with you now? I mean, obviously you're still playing 7-on. You've got a lot of football ahead of you before you get here. But do you feel like life changes as an Ohio State commitment 2,000 miles away? How do you think people are going to treat you different?
I feel like my name's going to be even more known. And the only thing I can do is just work harder and show them why I deserve to be there.
Is there a hat that you put on now as a recruiter? I mean, I know you're a very social kid. Like, you are someone that everyone seems to like quite a bit. Where do you go as like a leader in this class? Do you instantly sort of compete with CJ and Deshaun and those guys to be the best recruiter in your class?
Oh, yes, sir. You have to. That's like the point. We want to bring in the best class there ever has been in Ohio State history. So you have to be a lead recruiter.
So let's just put some names out there. Kyion, now that you're officially in the class, the worst kept secret in recruiting, who's the guy or 2 or 3 that you're like, nope, that's my dude, he's getting in?
Xavier, we want him. Zion Branch is one that I want. And then, yeah, that's really it right now. There's other people like Caleb's getting. There's a bunch of other people that everyone's talking to. And really, the only thing we can do is just work on it. And once I figure out more people, then it'll be over from there.
So let's hypothetically here, let's say that there's a need for another wide receiver in this class. Mm-hmm. You and Caleb are kind of similar in your style and size. Who's the guy that you guys are going, okay, let's go get someone else? Who is it?
Right now, Kojo would be one. I've seen Caleb, the other Caleb from Chicago, that's another one. And then really we're just going to keep looking from there.
How was it to tell Coach Hartline that you were committing? What was that reaction like from him? How did that conversation go? Because again, it's not like he didn't know this was coming, right? So how were you able to make that interesting or a surprise?
It was just kind of like we just talked. He told me that was the one thing I wanted you to do when you left here. I wanted you to feel like you were at home. I wanted you to tell me that you were ready to join. And so I told him earlier in the week that, Coach, this is probably the last thing I need, and then I'll be ready. And right when I told him, it was just great. Let's get to work now. It's that time.
Kyion Grayes, Ohio State's latest commitment in the class of 2022. I'm Jeremy Birmingham. This is Birminology. It's a little colder out here than I thought, so I'm going to end this interview now and let you get on with your day and see the rest of beautiful Columbus. So Thanks for taking time. Congratulations.
Yes, sir.
Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll be back in a couple days with someone else.